talk about your team. Manchester United getting the first match of the Premier League kicked off on Friday with Man U welcoming Fulham to Old Trafford. And Joshua Zirkzee opening up his campaign for Manchester United was probably about the only good thing in that entire match. You know what? You actually enjoyed it more, so I'm going to let you run here, and then Alex and I will critique. How about that?
You won't let me run. If you want me to run, I'm just going to literally get at my chance at running. Yeah, because I actually want to run. Now, I mean, it was a good first game for Manchester United. They did take the 3 points, which is the most important. I do not. Let's say if he ended up with a draw, I would have been screaming right now because I watched the game and I saw that there were a lot of chances created. I mean, Bruno Fernandes, who usually would not be the guy that would miss some kind of chances, that day he missed 2 really great chances that one of the females in our control rooms would have scored proper, easy. Are you
saying that Elena and Lucia are not professional footballers? Because I'm pretty sure they train.
Oh, do they?
How do you know? You've never seen them play football?
Yeah, but I've never seen them play football. All I'm saying, whether they've
Maybe
played
it's fair to say Ben could have scored it. Even Ben could have scored it. Our producer, Ben.
No, and that's the funny thing. I think Ben will score them eyes closed because, you know, sometimes when Ben plays football, he plays as if he doesn't see. And not in a bad way. Like, I think he's just talented when it comes to that. He would pull out some kind of ball and you would think he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, it's almost like you too, Alex. Like, you know, you've done quite a few things on the pitch where I've asked you, did you mean it? Like, you know, when you start asking people if you meant that pass, it just means they don't believe in you.
No, it means you don't have faith in the ability.
They were like, wait, did you actually
No, because sometimes there's like a scenario where it just happens to go your way, but it wasn't meant to.
Yeah, it was. You just know that you're not meant to be capable of that. But Bruno Fernandes that day, he's one of the best he's probably one of the best midfielders global, like in the world, right? And I don't know if I would say he's literally the engine room of Manchester United as we speak. Take away Bruno Fernandes, I don't know what would be of Manchester United. But those 2 goals that he missed, the one-on-ones that we would expect Bruno Fernandes to bury, it was quite scary. Towards the end of the game as well, there was a proper chance by Rashford where he gave the ball to Garnacho. Now, Garnacho on a very good day, there are some kind of chances he would not even think about. Marcus Rashford, who we were speaking earlier, you know, that's the kind of chance he would straight away take. And he was trying to give it. But then it will tell you how much of confidence Marcus Rashford does not have at this point. You know, last game, you see him missed a very obvious, clear chance. And the more you see, the thing about missing chances is the more you do it, the more you start losing confidence in yourself. And the more you start losing confidence in yourself, the more you start making things even more horrible for you on the pitch. And that's what's currently happening to Marcus Rashford. And that last chance that he had, the normal Marcus Rashford that we know, the guy who we were comparing to Kylian Mbappe, even at some points, he got a chance like that and felt like, listen, it's not been going my way lately. I've been trying to score goals, and each time I kick the ball, it's going somewhere that's not within where the goalkeeper is like within the goalpost, and he tries to give it to Garnacho. Now, I understand what's happened to Garnacho at that point. Garnacho would not expect Marcus Rashford to be laying that pass. I'm sure Garnacho was thinking, there's no way Rashford would pass this ball to me. He's definitely going to score. And by the time Rashford passed the ball, Garnacho had already lost. It's probably, he wasn't even expecting it. And what did Garnacho do? His instinct just said to him, just kick it somewhere. And he went out. Like, that would have been an easy goal for anybody to score, right? So that game with Manchester United, it could have easily been a 3-4-0 win. But what's happened? We went with 1 goal, which still gave us the 3 points. But this is the point where you want to start making these goals count, because you don't know if these goals are going to save you from maybe getting into the European football or even the Champions League. Who knows? So them missing this kind of chances from the start, it's not the best, but I'm still going to give it to United for still going home with a win, at least.
I think, you know, from my perspective, obviously, seeing United and the quality of players they have, I do believe they have quality in positions. But going forward, when you start, and what it looked like from the formation, when it looked like when you have as your 2 main forward players, as Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes, they're quality players in the midfield, but they're not going to lead the line. Bruno Fernandes is a 10. He's not a number 9. He's not an out-and-out striker. Rashford, like you said, that finish at the end. 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, Rashford would have slotted that past the keeper in the bottom corner. Wouldn't even thought about passing.
He would close his eye.
Yeah.
He would close his eye. He would do it. Yeah.
But when I look at United's attack, it just seems so lackluster, so void of ideas. I think you'd probably get along with him. My father's a big Manchester United fan, and he was critical of them as well. I think, you talk about going forward. Fulham looked dangerous. They looked like they could cause United problems. Going forward, United looked like they didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
They were, I'm going to pass to you and see what you do with the ball. I'll pass to you. You do something with the ball. There was no clear movement. There was no, I'm going to put the ball over the top and you're going to run in behind. There was no clear plan. It seemed clueless in a way, and I've seen this too much from United, where they have the equality of players. They have, you look at their bench, obviously they brought on Garnacho, he's a fantastic player, but you're bringing him on, and I feel like there's no plan, and Ten Hag has to sort that out. And whether Xerxes now plays a more important role, I think after that goal he will. I just think it looked very, very dire from Manchester United against, with all due respect, against the Fulham side they should be beating comfortably.
How concerning, though, is the lack of confidence that Marcus Rashford has, though? Like you guys are saying, that's a goal that if it was 2 years ago, he would have taken it.
I'm not even speaking about 2 years ago, Sara. Like, literally...
So then even more recent. But like you said, Garnacho wasn't thinking he was going to pass it. So now it's not just affecting Rashford himself, but the players can't read him. They don't know that he's
I think it's more like he's unpredictable negatively.
But
do you see?
In a team, you have to be able to play off each other. You have to understand how this player plays.
Yeah.
And this is looking like this could be very concerning.
Yeah. And obviously we'll still have to give it back to the fact that, he's been performing badly. People have been criticizing him to say Rashford has gone from this level 100 and he's on probably level 12 now. And, I understand how this can affect players mentally. We can even speak about the likes of Harry Maguire to the point where his mom had to even make a statement to say, yo, you guys cannot treat my son this way. He's a human being, he's young, and everyone is just criticizing him. And these are the things that when they come on the pitch, if you're not mentally strong enough, right, it would affect your gameplay. Like even the easiest passes that you would normally make, you will be scared of trying to make them because you're scared now that is this pass going to go through to the player who I'm trying to pass it to. And that's what's happening to Marcus Rashford as we speak. Rashford is the guy, like we said, who, a couple of years back or even like months ago, I would always still speak about the goal he scored against Manchester City in, was it the FA Cup? I can't remember now, right? And Marcus, I think it was like within the opening first 5 minutes of this game, and Marcus Rashford did the strike from the left wing, and that goal was just spectacular. Now, if Marcus Rashford had scored that goal and came into that match yesterday, right, you will see that maybe his confidence would have, been on some high level where if he had that kind of chance that he's had that's given to Garnacho, Marcus Rashford would literally just be passing this into the, the back of the net without thinking. And passing it to Garnacho was like, wait, what did I just watch? Like, what did I just see? Was it a good decision, right? If Garnacho had scored the goal, right, maybe we would have been saying something. We would have been saying, wow, that was very good gameplay. He made the right decision. Now, the fact that Garnacho had also missed it, knowing that he probably wasn't expecting it from Rashford, right? We are now criticizing Rashford to say, yo, you should be thinking that that's the Rashford we used to know. So I think this thing is a confidence issue. And listen, I understand that Ten Hag is the guy that has made a few mistakes here and there for Manchester United, and he's been criticised. Yeah, but what he's doing with Rashford is something I applaud him for. The fact that you're seeing a player who is really down and he's not really been performing, and you're trying that game easily, he could have brought in Garnacho to start. But what has he done? He said, you know what, Garnacho, you are up there, right? People see you as a star boy already. Like, people have a lot of confidence in you. How about this other man who you've come into the club, who you've met, who's been here, and whose confidence level is not really up to that standard? Let's give him some chance. And that's Garnacho sitting on the bench, right? Marcus Rashford is coming, and maybe he's not performed to the level where we would have expected him to, right? But making Rashford start, I think, is something I give credit to Ten Hag. And for me, if there's anything that would help Rashford at this point, is for him to still let him play, right? Build that confidence. I mean, maybe if he scored a couple of goals in the next couple of games, maybe it might build him back to becoming the Rashford that he used to be. We also had Amad Diallo. My biggest problem is, why was he taken off? Right now, I can tell you for free that the best player in Manchester United is Amad Diallo for me. right? He's the one person I want to see play.
I think
every
we
single
have to
game.
give credit where credit's due. I think you're right about Rashford, where the confidence, even not taking the shot, but the ball to Garnacho, you know, Rashford of old would have played a much better ball. It was behind Garnacho, didn't really give Garnacho enough chance to get a hold of it and finish it. But I do think we have to give credit where credit is due. You know, we'll come on to the defence later. I was really impressed with the defence. Obviously, Fulham going forward, I felt like didn't have that killer instinct. But I think, like you said, Amad Diallo, and I think Kobbie Mainoo as well was fantastic. I could see the reasons why they took him off at the end. He did look like he was flagging a little bit. But going forward, that midfield link with Kobbie Mainoo, I think he's fantastic going forward. That link he provides between defence and attack, the balls that he can play, the positions he gets himself in, the defensive aspects that he adds to the midfield as well is brilliant. And to be fair as well, I thought Casemiro was solid. I didn't think he played too badly. And
I think that's probably one of his best games for Manchester United.
And I think the defence as well, Mazraoui I was really impressed with. Maguire, I think, did well. I was excited to see De Ligt make his debut as well, because I think he could be a really good addition to that United defence. I think, as a whole, things to work on, but I guess at the end of the day, a win is a win, and that's the main thing.
Yep.